It's Zenless Zone Zero game, so don't worry. It's up. And there's a lot of story parts. Yeah. I can still hear you guys. I can respond, but just a little bit. Facebook stream? There's still people doing it, but it's mostly the known ones that are thriving in FB and the shock types, the clickbait type. If you're trying to play decent in FB, nope, you're not good at traction unless you got boobies. That's the thing. Alright, TikTok going online. Yeah, the same for TikTok. TikTok is practically FB++. Yeah, if you don't look like Hatsubando or if you don't look like waifu, nope. Very hard to traction. Yep. That's how the world works. No matter how much people deny it, that's how it works. There will be a lucky few that kind of punches through, but nobody tells the story of the hundreds of others that didn't make it. That's the depressing side of things. Why the best odds of you getting to do whatever you want to do is the earlier you try. Try too late, then the odds are really going not in your favor.
It's already kind of too late. Should have been starting this from like 2015 or something.
It's never too late. It's just harder. That's the right way of looking at things. Never too late, but it's just gonna be harder. Whoa, volume is higher than expected.
Lord Phaethon, this time what me?
Vivian? Vivian?
I didn't disturb your sleep, did I?
In this tutorial version, at least, they're using the
When I got here, the other Lord Phaethon said you were resting on the couch and just let me in.
the average light, then applying the half tone and then the shadow. So yeah, only 3 values, but yeah, how do I say?
It's a different. Everybody has their own approach. Because in my case, the reason why I start doing the highlights is I'm just plotting the light direction very generally, and then I'll come back with the shadows to give it more depth. You get what I mean? The other way of doing it is, if you're gonna think about it in 3D, there's what you call a ambient occlusion pass, wherein you're gonna be rendering the contact shadows first, and then you start doing the color afterwards. So you're not painting color yet. You're painting in black and white first. That's the other technique. No colors yet. So it depends on how your head works. Some people work better in black and white. The guys are used to doing things in pencil or charcoal, or if in case your head is color blind that way, you could consider starting it in grayscale. You paint the thing in grayscale first to get the values before you add the color. But in my style, the ones that you're trying right now is because this is the style wherein you were given concept art as a reference, and then you're repainting it in a pseudo light baking technique. Meaning, so basically, instead of you baking the lights in 3D through the texture, you're painting the light directly with an artistic sense. So it's a different approach. So that's the reason why I said, if you guys manage to replicate my style here, this is the style that is used in games like Dota, League of Legends, any art style that looks like that, like painterly style. This is how you do the textures. Literally.
I meant to keep you company while you slept, but then I dozed off myself. I was going to sit here looking super cute, hands cupping my face. You know, like the number one sleepy face I want to wake up to pose. I can't believe I ended up falling asleep myself.
Vivian, are you sure you're awake? That sounded like sleep talk. I'm sure sleeping in that position couldn't have been comfortable either.
No, Lord Phaethon. I was just worried that I had disturbed your rest. Just being able to see you sleeping peacefully is already the highlight of my day. No, my entire month. Though it is a bit late, but... Good morning, Lord Phaethon.
Good morning? Why so formal all of a sudden? Sounds like you're about to make an announcement.
Mockingbird's death has stirred up quite the storm. I took some time to gather intel. It seems someone deliberately leaked the story that Hugo is an illegitimate child of the Ravenlock family, but I haven't found the source yet.
This is new. Suddenly my TikTok says your live is not eligible for recommendation or restricted in search results because it contains unoriginal and reproduced content. Duh, it's a game. What the fuck is this? This is new. I don't know. I mean, that kind of does make sense in why I'm not tractioning much here. I'm getting shadow banned for some reason. Because it kind of sounds that way. Whatever.
Could it be Hugo's uncle, Hartman? Maybe he's trying to turn people against Hugo and Mockingbird.
But yeah.
Child card.
I suspected that too.
I don't know. This is new.
Could be using Hugo's
Yeah, this is the
background
first time I saw this so far. So they might have changed something in their algorithm.
Maybe.
To the upper class, Mockingbird may be insignificant, but it has a loyal following among regular folks. But after some digging, I was surprised to find that the public isn't turning on Hugo. They're actually starting to see him in a better light. Some people feel bad for him, some relate to his struggles, and Hartman's the one getting all the heat. Public outcry against Hartman is growing, with many believing he murdered Hugo for his own selfish gain. TOPS is hosting an industry summit this week, a responsibility usually handled by the Ravenlocks. But my sources tell me another family has taken over this year at the last minute. If I'm not mistaken,
TikTok being TikTok.
TOPS is intentionally keeping its distance from the Ravenlock family due to the current public sentiment.
Is someone trying to take advantage of this to get rid of both Hartman and the Ravenlocks?
I think Hartman knows this too, which is why he's completely vanished. No matter how hard I search, I can't find a single trace of him. Hartman must have taken the sacrifice core, Now that he holds this bargaining chip, he is definitely going to negotiate his way out of this with the Exaltists.
Sorry for interrupting. Can I borrow Wise for a minute?
Oh, no problem at all. I'm sure you have important faith in matters to discuss. Take your time. I'll just be waiting outside.
Wait! Don't go outside,
Oh, don't mind me, Lord Phaethon. I wanted to browse the videotapes anyway. I'll be right here. Just let me know when you're done.
Thank goodness Vivian didn't walk out the main door. Lycon's been pacing around outside for like half an hour and scared off at least 5 customers. He's stressing over what he did to Hugo in front of Vivian, but he really needs to talk to us. Maybe you should go speak with him first?
Sure, I'll go talk to him. At the end of the day, we're all after the same enemy. As proxies, we should become the bridge between them.
Forgot the interact button. F. There we go.
Good morning, Master Proxy.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so out of it.
Good morning. Belle just let me know you wanted to talk to us and Vivian about something?
Yes, it's an urgent request from the mayor, one that directly affects New Eridu's safety. However, before we get into the details,
Yeah.
as a former member of Mockingbird, I'm concerned about Miss Vivian. Hugo made many mistakes and betrayed the principles of Mockingbird, but I'm certain he didn't intend to put Miss Vivian or you in danger. I don't know Miss Vivian very well, and I was the one who took her companion's life. I might not be the right person to comfort her, but I hope she doesn't regret the choices she made or lose faith in the path she chose.
Vivian doesn't seem down at all. In fact, she's been actively gathering intel. I think she's handling this with even greater calm than I am. If you're feeling bad about what happened with Hugo, it might be a good idea to talk to Vivian directly. From what I've seen, she's not as fragile as you might think.
That's reassuring to hear. I trust your judgment. You've always had a sharp eye for people. Would you mind coming in with me? I'd like to apologize to Miss Vivian in person.
Sure, but just to be clear, I'm staying neutral and not picking sides. You both have your own stance on this. As a proxy, I'll do my best to help facilitate honest communication.
I respect that. Thank you. Miss Vivian, I'm very sorry about Hugo.
You don't have to explain anything. I'm also part of Mockingbird. Mockingbird stands on more than just gain, so it won't fall when fortunes shift. Hugo had his fixations and ambitions. I also have things I must see through. I'm determined to get to the bottom of the Exaltists and the sacrifices.
Miss Vivian, as a former member of Mockingbird, you have my deepest respect. You have my word, whatever comes next. I would never harm you or Master Proxy. As for Hugo, please accept my condolences.
Condolences? That's not necessary. Mockingbird has plenty of tricks up its sleeves. This isn't the kind of act that ends so easily. Wouldn't you agree?
You're right.
I'm glad you guys are on the same page, but why do I feel like I'm being left in the dark?
Master Proxy, I believe we all share the same goal. Uncover the truth of the Exaltists and the sacrifices. The mayor has tasked me with inviting you to take on this mission, and hopes we can work together moving forward.
If the mayor wants to work with us, I trust he will demonstrate his sincerity in kind. Mockingbird will not serve as a pawn for the powerful. That will never change.
Of course. While the mayor cannot handle this personally, he will make sure we have all the intel and support we need. Miss Vivian, I know you have your own intelligence network, but for some high-profile shady dealings, perhaps the mayor can provide you a different perspective. Please, take your time to discuss. If you're open to collaborating, I'll set up a call with the mayor so he can speak with you both directly.
Belle, Vivian, and I need to think this through carefully with everything at stake. It's not a decision we can make lightly.
Of course, I completely understand. When you've made up your minds, you can find me at the Ballet Twins. I'll connect the call to the mayor now.
My dear friends, I'm glad you're willing to keep working with me. I'm truly sorry about what happened to Mr. Hugo Vlad. I didn't anticipate things would turn out this way. As mayor, I can't fully condone Mockingbird's actions, but personally, I had a lot of respect for Mr. Hugo Vlad. I looked further into Bringer's map. The sacrifices were created by an exaltist named Landon, who was active in Janus Quarter. Mr. Landon passed away in an accident a few years ago. Before he died, he was researching sacrifices and was said to have created a batch of serum that could turn living people into sacrifices. The problem was, the serum wasn't stable, and after his death, the recipe was lost. No one knows what happened to the exaltist in Janus Quarter back then. But it's clear that after the leader died, there haven't been major exaltist activities in the area. Bringer's map marks the locations where the exaltists' most successful attempts at creating sacrifices were.
The leader of the exaltists in Janus Quarter died a few years back. They haven't been active since. Could it be that Hartman was just acting on his own?
Unfortunately, that's not the case. My sources confirmed that Hartman had been secretly in contact with someone, and they only meet inside the Hollow.
Is it possible it's someone from TOPS?
TOPS is a huge alliance of corporations. They wouldn't bother getting their hands dirty. Instead, they just sit back and reap the rewards. Everything Hartman is doing is to secure his place in TOPS and strengthen his power within the Ravenlock family. If my guess is correct, Hartman has gotten in touch with the remaining members of the Exaltists that used to follow Landon, helping them create new sacrifices.
But what's in it for TOPS? There's no way the Exaltists would just hand over their secrets about sacrifices to Hartman, right?
A sacrifice outbreak would throw the city into chaos. And that's when TOPS steps in, taking control of the situation on their terms. The public will see the mayor as incompetent, while TOPS comes off as the real protectors of the city. And when that happens, public trust will shift towards TOPS. And Mr. Mayor, you might find yourself in an unfavorable situation.
Still sharp as ever, Miss Vivian.
So, what exactly do we stand to gain from partnering with you? Please don't tell me you're doing this out of some noble concern for your citizens. I'm not some hero of justice, and I don't believe in lofty ideals or empty promises.
We have a common enemy. While our ideologies may differ, we can work together on this. And as proof of good faith, I may not know exactly where Hartman is, but I can fan the flames over Mockingbird's death and escalate conflicts within the Ravenlock family.
So it was you behind the rumors. No wonder I couldn't trace the source of the public outcry.
I'm not the one who started the rumors. I just helped them spread faster after they leaked. And I pulled a few strings to make sure the story painted Mr. Hugo Vlad as a heroic figure who was unfairly persecuted. As I said before, I had a lot of respect for him, and I'd be happy to clear his name. Now let me lay out my terms for collaboration. After looking into it, I found that the dormant sacrifice you discovered wasn't the only one. There are more places where sacrifices might be lying dormant. Too many eyes are on me right now, so I can't send my own men to deal with it. I'd like to ask you to retrieve the sacrifices from those locations. I'll make sure to dispose of them once you do, so no one will be able to use them again. On top of that, I've asked a friend to help monitor your physical condition, and maybe even uncover more of your potential. Her research overlaps with your teacher's work. You don't need to worry about her capabilities. She's a Void Hunter rank special investigator.
Really? A Void Hunter rank special investigator is going to be assisting us? And she's involved in our teacher's research?
That's right. She's heading to Janus Quarter for some business. I wanted to set up a formal meeting, but she declined. She prefers to assess things on her own and will reach out when the time is right. She'll let you know the details then. So it looks like you both are on board with this commission and ready to help recover the sacrifices?
Okay.
This affects a lot of ordinary people in New Eridu. We'll do our best.
I know you won't let me down. Given our positions, we might not be friends, but we're definitely not enemies. I'll leave the rest to you then. I've got to go. Goodbye.
Only the brave will.
Officer 148, Juyuan, ready.
Lord.
Yeah, you're yeah, don't go too hard. The idea here is subtlety. You need to what's that word again for the pen? You gotta treat your pen like it's like a feather. You don't scrape the tablet. If you're scraping it, you're doing something wrong. That's where the pain is coming.
I'm just I've been doing this for
Ethan, please don't ignore me.
5 p.m. until now.
Oh my god.
Fixing the coloring. I mean, it's cleaner.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of overkill though.
Standing by.
Oh my. Has someone already taken the dormant sacrifice from here? Or did the Exaltus decide to relocate it? No. If these dormant sacrifices aren't handled carefully, they could awaken and turn against anyone nearby. Did she realize the mayor was looking into this?
Did Hartman just make up this intel to get a shot working with us at Tops? I've been walking around forever and haven't found a thing.
The Ravenlocks have always been a shady bunch. No surprise they've gone downhill over the years.
I heard they were pretty loaded back in the day. What kind of business did they run?
No clue. On the surface, their businesses seemed legit, but who knows what was happening behind the curtain.
Probably something with the sacrifices. I mean, how else would he know about the dormant ones left around here for years? And he was so sure that even if those original sacrifices didn't work out, he had a backup plan.
Backup plan? What could that be?
Well, that's beyond me. I just happened to overhear something while I was next to Mr. Edmund one day. What's Topps planning to do with all these sacrifices, huh? For research? Do you think we'll ever have a normal life in the Hollows?
Don't ask questions you shouldn't be asking.
Alright. There's nothing here anyway. Let's leave the Hollow and report back on what we found. And we'll make it just in time to clock out for the fieldwork shift.
Let's get out of here first.
Like half of your clothing options, like feel like for kind of fit for girls more.
Hartman, that fool. He'll do anything to get into Topps, even if it means playing with fire. She's an exaltist. Human lives have never mattered to her. The more people get dragged in, the greater the danger.
Vivian, you seem a bit frazzled. Who's this she you keep bringing up?
I apologize for losing my composure. Please don't mind me. The she I'm referring to is with the Exaltists. Someone I have a history with. That's why the moment I heard about the sacrifices, I felt compelled to uncover the truth. I never meant to hide anything from you. It's just that, for me, the Exaltists bring back painful memories. And I'm not ready to face them yet. So, Lord Vathan, please give me a little more time. Once I've gathered my thoughts, I promise I'll tell you everything.
Sure, I'll stop asking. What's more important than an unspoken past is the person standing in front of me now. As for everything else, we can talk about it whenever you're ready to share.
Lord Vathan, if we weren't in such a hurry, I'd spend 3 whole hours singing your praises. I'll make note of this and make sure to get it done before bedtime. First things first, let's track down those dormant sacrifices. The Exaltists have probably realized someone's after them by now. I wish we knew what Hartman's backup plan is. I just can't shake the feeling that something bad is about to happen. Hugo may have done terrible things, but he had his reasons. Mockingbird might be seen as the bad guys by a lot of people, but ironically, joining Mockingbird is what put me on the right path. Nothing here either. Touch me. Are we too late?
I knew it was you, Vivian.
Camille! What are you doing here, sis? Are you destroying the dormant sacrifice?
Vivian, don't call me sis. I'm not your sister.
Are you trying to stop the Exaltists?
I never left the Exaltists.
You know what Landon did back then!
Lord Landon did it for the Creator. His methods may have been extreme, but they were necessary. Back then, you walked away. You should do the same now. We didn't meet today. Take your friends and leave.
What's wrong? Are you being forced into this? I can help you.
Help me? Like how you helped her?
I haven't changed the language.
Vivian, you're crying. You see me, don't you?
No,
You haven't changed a bit, Vivian. No need to hide your tears. I know exactly what's ahead for me.
They haven't
You've made your choice. And I've made mine. One last piece of advice. Stay out of this. She loathes you. I won't tell her we met today. Don't show yourself around us again.
Camille! Lord Nathan, watch out! I'll tell you what that was about later. Let's take care of the ethereals first. Allow me.
I don't know, man. It's supposed
Been
to
gone
be
forever.
released
Did you run into any
version
trouble?
1.0,
We
but
searched the coordinates the mayor provided.
yeah,
Most of them were already empty. No dormant sacrifices.
it
Camille,
is. I think there are
the Exaltists have been actively destroying the dormant sacrifices.
back-end engineers.
Why would the Exaltists go after the sacrifices?
I just need more engineers back there.
I saw it too, but I can't figure out why the Exaltists would do this.
And one of them is someone I once knew. I thought she would leave the Exaltists after Landon's death, but she stayed.
Wait, what did I miss? Why do you know so much about the Exaltists, Vivian?
When I was a child, I stayed with the Exaltists for a while. Back then, Landon was one of the most respected figures among the Exaltists in this region. A lot happened, and after Landon died, I left.
Now what to do?
I can't turn a blind eye to the sacrifices. I know all too well how many lives have been lost bringing them into
Say
existence.
so.
Ever since I learned a sacrifice had appeared in Janna's quarter, I haven't been able to stop worrying. I won't let history repeat itself.
Sure.
That's why I asked Hugo to investigate, starting with the sacrifice core.
Vivian.
Oh no, it's.
Please stop. I'm not looking for comfort. I'm just recounting the story for you to understand the situation. We've got bigger things to focus on. But when I do need comforting, I'll come straight to you. I hope you'll make time for me, Lord Vathan. Just so you know, I'm not the easiest to console.
Absolutely. If you're feeling down, we'll be here for you.
Okay, back to the matter at hand. That conversation between those two TOPS employees back in the Hollow is still bothering me. They said Hartman had a backup plan, and that got me thinking about some news that was quietly swept under the rug. Lately, there have been mining accidents in Ravenlock-controlled areas. Many workers have died. The families were paid off with huge settlements, way more than usual. No protests, no controversy, and the issue was buried. But considering the Ravenlock's financial position, why would they be so generous with payouts?
No. Ghost doesn't bend into
That sounds sketchy. Do you think those accidents were faked?
Precisely. I don't think those workers died in mining accidents. I'm planning to reach out to some old friends, see if they've heard anything about this. Do you have time, Lord Vathan? My contacts are just near 6th Street.
Now it's
Care to join me?
relax one.
Sure. Let's go together.
You know, every character default setting, like idle and sitting motion, they default into girls' motions. Hey, yo. Was there a setting for underwear? What the fuck?
An old friend of mine said she had some new intel. She's like a mentor to me. I learned a lot about data scraping on internet thanks to her.
Do you think this is really a girl player or just
Rain! Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while.
only
It's a girl. Guy in real life.
expires in 300,000 days? Yes.
Rain? So you're the old friend Vivian was talking about.
Yeah, Faithin. Long time no see.
In the current state, it's
Rain!
mostly
You actually know that Lord Faithin is Lord Faithin?
the
No, I mean, you actually know Wives is Lord Faithin.
I didn't know right away.
ones.
One time, I needed a favor from Nicole.
Sandbox
I only
dollhouse.
found out after meeting them.
Yeah.
I mean, who would expect a legendary proxy to be running a video store for a living? Oh, by the way, your idol.
Rain, let's not bring up old stuff. Lord Faithin wouldn't be interested in that.
Why are you all tense? Right, Lord Faithin lives on 6th Street too and might know your idol. Remember when you traced that post on internet to 6th
Yeah.
Street and actually
They're
went to
banking
check
on
it
that
out?
idea. There was another game before that. I forgot what it's called. It's a Russian game of some sort before. You can make your own assets and actually sell it for real money.
A talking cat, or something like that.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. There was an MMO like that before. You can create your own models.
I think I know
So,
that black cat. It hangs around our shop now.
Lord
And
Faithin.
then you can sell it to people. So people are making bank on it.
Come on, Vivian. It's been years, and you still won't say who your idol is.
Back in the day when the internet rules were even more relaxed, you can transact with real money through the game.
You want to find the person who's important to you on your own. But you've tried so hard already. It's okay to lean on me a little, you know. I'm sure your idol won't hold it against you.
I shouldn't have come to see you.
We need more later.
What's wrong?
For the dudes. It's not them.
Well, you're not the target market.
Rain. Vivian said you might have some intel for us. Should we get into that first?
All right, let's get down to business. Here's something I'm pretty sure about. The Ravenlock family's claim that those missing workers died in an accident? Don't buy it. The last signal from those workers was near the hollow. Then communication went dark. I think they were taken into the hollow. And yesterday, I picked up that the Ravenlock family secretly hired some people to search the hollow's perimeter. I caught a weird distress signal from someone and managed to track down the source. When I tried to reach out, the signal cut out completely. The last trace of the signal was near Lumina Square. Finding someone in real life isn't really my thing, so that's where you come in.
Okay, we'll take a look around. You just said this is something you're sure of. Do you have anything you're not so sure of?
I dug up some info online, and one thing stood out. A few days ago, there were some creepy sounds coming from an abandoned warehouse by the port. The place was locked up, so no one could see what was happening inside. Not sure if it's related to your search. If you don't find anything useful around here, it might be worth checking out. Well, that's all I have for you.
Thank you, Rain.
Might be.
Don't get all emotional on me now. I'm just helping out a friend.
It's not loading.
This one's on the house.
Loading.
Consider it payback for the favor you did me last time. But if you still want to find your idol, hit me up.
It's going to take long.
I've been curious for what...
Alright, don't worry about it. I'll manage it myself. Stop being so nosy, Rain.
Nosy? Nah, just professionally curious. What kind of person is worth all this searching, huh? But honestly,
Whoever they are in real life, they've become a part of you. You've come a long way in this search, Vivian. I much prefer the person you are now. So if you find this person, don't chicken out. Go meet them. People will appreciate you for who you are. Rain. I might not care about the real world or what it'll be like, but I hope everyone I know can live a good life. I'm counting on you to save the world, guys. Alright, I have other business to take care of, so I'll leave the rest to you.
Holly, I think there's one thing you should consider.
Lord Nathan, please pay no mind to what Rain said.
I just remembered something. So, whenever you do some light,
That big guy's up ahead. Let's hurry.
You can start on dark colors. And then you're gonna paint over with a brush. You can use it as you can use an overlay to put some colors on the grayscale. I forgot to use that yesterday. I'm not listening to that yesterday. That's why I'm lost.
Mm-hmm.
One Diddy Boo is just too cute, right? I didn't know you helped it too. I knew Lord Phaethon was the best in the whole world.
Don't take me back, please. I was wrong. I know I messed up. I don't want your money anymore. Please, no.
Calm down.
Who are you? I won't say anything. Just let me go. I don't know anything. I swear, I know nothing.
We are not PubSec, the HIA, or the Ravenlock family. We won't force you into anything. There's no need to be afraid.
What do you want from me then?
We simply want to know where the Ravenlock family took you and what they made you do.
I can't say. I can't tell you. I have a family. They'll hurt them. You never saw me. Please, just stop asking.
Don't you wish to see your family?
I don't deserve to see them. It's my fault. I was greedy. I did this to myself.
I'm sorry.
But your family must miss you dearly. I'm sure they won't blame you.
No, it's my fault. It's all on me. I don't want to drag them into this.
If the whole ship is sinking, no one on board can escape.
I'm just a nobody. And right now, there's nothing I can do to change anything.
If you care about your family and friends, now is your chance to stop the disaster before it's too late. Even a butterfly flapping its wings can send a tsunami surging across the ocean. No one knows how this will turn out. But if you do nothing now, the only thing waiting for you at the end will be regret. We're not here to turn you in, and we won't force you to confront them. You'll be safe with us. I'll help you return to your family. But you must tell us precisely what happened.
Hartman offered a huge amount of money, looking for workers to go into the hollow to guard something. The money was way too good. We all kind of figured something wasn't right. I thought it was just smuggling or guarding some kind of illegal ether resources, so I signed up. After we sent in our applications, Hartman's men took us into the hollow. The first place we went, there was a strange box.
When we got there, they handed us some pills, saying they'd improve our aptitude for ether, for us to last longer in the hollow. But after I took them, everything went fuzzy. Something was definitely off about those pills. When I woke up, I saw my coworkers dead in front of me. And there was blood all over my hands. They said something about me being a good experiment, moved me somewhere else, and locked me up. They wanted to inject me with something. I got scared and didn't know what was gonna happen. But then a blonde guy found me, gave me a carrot, and let me go. So I escaped.
Yay, punching stones.
Didn't want to kill anyone. I don't know.
It wasn't your fault that your coworkers died. You were just a tool in their hands. Do you remember the place they first took you? Do you know what was in that box?
I only remember the first place was like a rooftop. I think it was on top of a tall building. What exactly was in that box? I can't remember. I'm not lying. Those pills they gave us, they make you hallucinate. I took just one and my mind felt like it wasn't my own. My memories turned into a blur. I'm telling the truth. I'm not trying to run from my mistakes. I just really can't remember what happened.
I know you're not lying. We'll arrange for your protection. You can rest easy and recover, and your family won't be dragged into this. Once this is all over, you will be able to reunite with them.
Sometimes I wonder if you've had some kind of special training, Vivian. No matter who you're up against, you seem to analyze the pros and cons and make a judgment in no time.
Actually, I wasn't always like this. I used to run away when things got tough. There was even a point where I just wanted to disappear. As if my very existence was the source of suffering. I wondered. Perhaps leaving it all behind could put an end to the pain.
It's hard to picture that. My first impression of you was pretty, assertive.
Well, I was on a mission at the auction when we first met. And just as Rain said, I've come a long way from who I used to be.
Speaking of Rain, it's quite a coincidence that you two know each other and are actually close. You even know one Denny Boo. That surprised me. We might have crossed paths without even realizing it.
Enough about me. Tell me more about you, Lord Vathan. Where have you been? And what have you experienced?
Looking back, it feels like I've been through a lot lately. Belle and I even lost our Vathan account. It's a long story, starting with how the Cunning Hares took something from the Red Fang gang. It should be around this area. Belle told me there's a highly rated store here.
Lord Vathan!
What's wrong?
I've seen that black cat on 6th Street. That harmonica in the outer ring you mentioned. I've heard it before, too. I've even been to the monument outside Hollow Zero. But none of that was a coincidence. It was me. Following you, and now I've finally made it to your side. Ever since I was little, I had been seen as the bringer of bad fortune. I had traveled to many places and witnessed far too much misfortune. Every tear I shed brought disaster. I've heard too many curses to count. I loathed my tears as much as I despised my own existence. Wherever I stayed, tragedy followed. I had roamed too many places, and each time it ended the same way. I didn't know where I could go anymore. One night, I stumbled upon a post discussing me Whether they knew me or not, everyone seemed convinced that I was the source of the curse. Some mocked me with cruel intent. Some wished I would vanish, and others speculated maliciously. It really seemed that my very existence was a disaster. In that moment, as darkness enveloped the city, I saw lights flickering to life all around New Eridu. So many lights, and not knowing where to go, I thought, if only I could disappear into those lights. I made up my mind, and right then, my phone rang. I decided to take one last look. I wanted to know who left me my final message from this world. It was you, Lord Phaethon.
Huh? Me?
Yes. And I checked with the other Lord Phaethon. You were the one using the account at that time, but I know you probably don't remember it. After all, it was just an ordinary day with an ordinary post and meaningless comments online. But for me, it was the night I finally realized where I could go. I wanted to walk the paths you had walked, see the sights you had seen. And then, one day, share it all with you, face to face.
So, I have to ask, what exactly did I say in that reply?
Well, you'll have to figure it out for yourself. I'm not telling you.
You're putting my memory to the test.
So, Lord Phaethon, thank you. Not only for that comment you made that day, which was a silver lining for me, but also for giving me the courage to become who I am today. The Vivian standing right in front of you now, Lord Phaethon. I truly like who I've become. Lycon just sent a message. There's an update.
Wise, you're back. Looks like Lycon's tied up with something. He said I should just chill until you're back and then we can talk online. I'll call him now.
You can throw that.
Master Proxy, Miss Vivian. The gentleman Rena brought back has stabilized and calmed down now. Based on his account, we've identified where Hartman is hiding the core. He also mentioned that Hartman plans to trade the core with a group of people. We suspect that this group consists of members from the Exaltists.
I knew it. Now that we have the location, it would be splendid if we could seize the sacrifice core before they do.
Precisely. We hope you can head to the location as soon as possible to secure the sacrifice core.
All right, we'll get there right away.
I have other matters to attend to, so I'll leave the retrieval of the sacrifice core in your capable hands. The mayor's friend that he mentioned before will also be assisting you this time. The target coordinates have been shared with her, and she'll meet you there. Please ensure your safety, and I wish you all the best.
We fighting? Officer 148, Juyuan, ready.
Where's the sacrifice core?
Camille, you really think I'd stroll around with something this important? Plus, even though the Ravenlocks and the Exaltists have been working together for ages, I've hardly even met Lady Dina. I'm the one offering the sacrifice core here. I'm curious what Lady Dina's got lined up for me in return.
I'm just here to verify that the core you mentioned is real. Once that's sorted, Lady Dina will give you a proper response. Our partnership isn't just talk. We need to be sure you have what we need before moving forward.
Sure thing. I'll take you to where I keep the core. Once you verify it's legit, have Lady Dina come over. We'll lay everything on the table face to face.
All right, lead the way.
It seems Hartman is trying to bargain for more. What a greedy and insatiable man. It's just that... why would they only send Camille for something as important as the sacrifice core? And I can't shake the feeling that Camille doesn't want Hartman and Dina to meet. Why is that?
So this Dina they were talking about, is she the leader of the Exaltists?
Kind of. Lord Phaethon, I really think we should hurry. We must get to where Hartman keeps the core before anyone else does.
I've mapped out a shorter route, but there will be ethereals along the way. I'll leave the fighting to you, Vivian.
Don't worry, Lord Phaethon. You're in capable hands. I'll ensure your safety. Ethereal! Stay away from Lord Phaethon! Oh my! Looks like Hartman's trying to negotiate for more leverage. Let's get out of here before we're spotted.
Orders received.
Let's keep moving, Lord Phaethon. Leave the enemies to me, Lord Phaethon.
Standing by.
They're still over there. Looks like they're arguing. This is our chance. Let's hurry. No matter who has the sacrifice core, Hartman or the Exaltists, it would be really hand over what's in the box. Or we do this the hard way. What's up?
You should talk big, little girl.
Let's hurry and secure the sacrifice core. Lord Phaethon, the box is empty. So Hartman never kept the core here to begin with?
How did you even find your way here? Where's the core in the box? What did you do with it?
You call this keeping the sacrifice core safe?
Vivian, it's been ages.
Dina!
Oh my, you actually remember me. So sweet. Look at you, thriving. I thought you'd totally forgotten about our past. So, tell me, do you ever dream about the people you've killed? Are they crying in your head all night?
Back then, I had no idea.
You had no idea? While you were soaking up all that love from Daddy and everyone else, you had no idea what was going on?
I wasn't...
Lady Dina, Miss Vivian didn't actually...
Camille, when did I say you could meet up with Hartman today?
I just wanted to make sure the sacrifice core is legit. I was worried Hartman might try to pull a fast one on us.
Really? So loyal. I thought you'd be more like the old days. Just a few words from Vivian and you'd be plotting my demise. Just like what you did with Father.
I won't, Lady Dina.
Don't even think about betraying me, Camille. You owe me for what went down back then. However, I do understand your worries. This core, it's fake.
No way! I got this straight from Hugo! It can't be fake! How can you just claim it's fake without any proof?
Ugh, seriously? The sacrifice core can max out the ether particles within human bodies in no time at all. But look at your little subordinate. How uncouth. He's making noises like some animal. Can you shut him up? So annoying. The masterpiece Father made for the creator isn't this worthless piece of junk you're holding.
So, the real core.
Vivian, where do you think the sacrifice core is really at?
I don't know. If I knew where the real core was, I'd destroy it without a second thought. Dina, you understand what the sacrifices are, and you know those who were blessed should not have to endure such horrors.
Oh, they shouldn't have suffered those horrors. Weren't you the one who decided if they'd be blessed or not? If it weren't for your tears, how would they have encountered such misfortune? How self-righteous, Vivian. Their fates were in your hands. It was you who brought disaster on them.
Landon just needed an excuse. He needed someone to blame. Whether I shed tears or not, he'd treat living beings as mere subjects for his sacrifice experiments. Dina, you know all of this. Landon even went so far as to sacrifice you.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Father did it for his great cause. Vivian, why do you always mess everything up for me? Everything! You did it before and now again! You just had to ruin my plan. I was so close to fulfilling Father's last wish. If you don't give me the sacrifice core, be prepared to become food for the ethereals.
I told you I don't have the sacrifice core. Otherwise, I would have destroyed it already. Lord Phaethon, find the right moment to retreat. She can be quite unpredictable when her temper flares.
Oh, really? You don't have it? Then I suppose there isn't a reason to keep you alive.
More ethereals are coming.
Orders received.
Leave it to me. Too many. How am I to get out of this? Notice me, Lord.
Palace, good fortune, closed gate, safety.
What?
An evil miasma gathers here. Another place of conflict.
to avoid disaster, then head southeast. Now!
Thank you.
Finally, peace and quiet. You must be wise, right? Mayflower mentioned a special partner might need my help.
May I ask, who are you?
I'm the 13th generation master of Yunque Summit. You can call me Yishuan. Mayflower passed along your info, and I was curious what kind of person you are, so I came to see. At first, I thought it might be a hassle, but your energy feels really calming. Quite nice, actually.
So, you're the investigator the mayor mentioned?
Yes. He also asked me to be your temporary teacher and offer you a bit of guidance.
Guidance? What does that mean exactly?
Unfortunately, this isn't the right time or place to talk. I have some investigation work to catch up on, and it seems you've got quite a lot on your hands, so let's part ways for now. I'll find a good time to visit you soon.
I'm so sorry, Lord Vathan. I'm just not feeling very well. I think I'll head back for now. I'll investigate the sacrifice core and reach out once I find something.
You don't look so great. Let's get out of here and figure things out later.
Lord Vathan, are you going to rest now?
I can head back later, Vivian. You seem a bit off since we left the Hollow. If you want to talk about what's bothering you, I'm here. Sometimes it helps to get it out.
I didn't mean to keep my past from you, Lord Vathan. When I was little, people thought I brought misfortune, so no matter where I went, no one wanted me around for long. Then, one day, Landon adopted me and brought me to the Exaltists. There, I met Dina, who was so kind to me, treating me like a dear sister. She told me her father, Landon, was a great man who'd one day make everyone stop fearing the Hollows, so all life could live freely inside and outside of them. Dina helped Landon pick people
What?
and everyone in the Exaltists respected her greatly. Those who
One
received
sec.
the blessing
Why?
have a
What
path
happened?
with their aptitude, allowing them to enter the Hollow freely without fear of sudden disaster.
It's cool.
You keep changing your colors, but okay.
No, I just set up on the grayscale though.
Ah, okay. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, the one way you can do is if you open my whips, go for the final one, then convert that one to grayscale. See if you can match the value.
That's cool.
Yeah, try it. Yeah, oh. No. Try it first. Look at my value. How I value my color.
Wait, this is just a rough dab.
I know. Okay, fine, sure. Alright, carry on.
Back then, Dina would chat with me every day, always about the Exaltists and her father. But things between us shifted when Landon asked me to step in for Dina. Landon told me I didn't only bring misfortune, and that if I listened to him, I could actually help people. After that, he'd take me to meet people, and if I shed tears, he'd give them a blessing medicine. Those who got the blessing could dodge calamities. At first, I was ecstatic, thinking I could help others. I shared my joy with Dina, but that was when she started to pull away from me.
Was that blessing medicine the same sacrifice serum Bringer had?
Yes, to be precise, it was an early version of the sacrifice serum. Landon's medicine wasn't stable. The medicine Landon developed could boost abilities quickly, but also sped up the development.
Ah, there you go.
Corruption. In the end, most people turned into Ethereal.
That's how you value
The
it.
few became sacrifices, losing all human consciousness. The Ethereal.
So regardless with color or not, it still looks right, correct?
The Exaltists wanted the sacrifices to hold human consciousness. So Landon's medicine was seen as a failure, and he gradually lost influence within the Exaltists.
Yeah. I was about to say that.
I saw
Yeah,
Dina,
right.
and tears streamed down my face. In a bid to save his reputation, Landon decided to let his own daughter receive
There you
the
go.
blessing. I had always thought that getting the blessing was a good thing, until I saw terror in Dina's eyes that day.
What makes it look like 3D rendered is the refinement of the
And
values.
followed him out of the Exaltist's residence. I trailed him to the hollow, where I witnessed someone who had been blessed becoming corrupted.
One sec.
In the end,
Let me
that
pause
person
that.
became an
Okay.
Ethereal.
Do what?
So when you do the rough value, you also refine at the same time. That
Surfine? What's a surfine?
I mean, you refine at the same.
No. I refine by phases, so I'll just plot out where the light hits, and then after I do the whole thing, I'll save it. Then that's gonna be next phase. Then I start refining, cleaning it up. Where's the mess? Clean this, clean that. And when it's clean, then I'll go for a second pass for the highlight and then the shadow, and then you get the idea. Once the value is tight enough, I'll start the detailing. You'll see it from when you're looking at the sequence. You tighten the values in phases, but you have to do it in the whole body, not one piece at a time. You the whole thing in for every single pass, it has to be the whole thing.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I was gonna plan one by one.
No. You're gonna kill yourself doing that. Because if you don't see the big picture and you start diving into the details, that's gonna be artist tunnel vision. Once you zoom out, then oh my god, everything is not. That's the reason why my value looks uniform. You get what I mean? Because if you fixate on just the arm, then the value is gonna look all over the place for everything else. If you kind of do it that way, that's the reason why you do the whole pass for the entire thing in one go, so it looks uniform.
I was curious that if you're using a small brush in this part.
Circle. I only use a circle brush for the whole thing. That's the.
How about the weight of the brush every time you stroke?
I'm using a very light touch brush. So you put it. It's just like painting in real life, wherein you put layer by layer by layer of paint to make it darker and so on. Does that make sense for you? You've done traditional, right? So basically, you just imagine like watercolor thinness. You put the first pass of the color, then add more, another. That's right. You build it up. Yeah, you build up.
So in this case, that you only build up.
The right. Yeah, Yep. Yeah. You can see it. If you look at the sequence on the other whips, you'll see it how it built up. If you flip back to the book and then you No. You gotta do this like you're animating it. Open it as picture, then press left and right. Look at it, stare at it, like generally, and then you'll see how the colors start shifting from one to the other. There, see that? I'm just tightening it. And then you'll see it's gonna become slowly more subtle shifting. See there? On the other one. If you go one more face there. Now try that one, the subtle one, then compare the other one. See the subtle shift?
Yeah. But at the third picture, you just add some more dark shadows where you put the dark buttons are.
I added the shadows and I increased the highlights to give more metallic feel.
I guess the problem thing on me is I want to make it fast. But the difference is if I only do one layer rather than multiple layers, the one layer will be sort of really messy and it's really hard to control rather than
right.
layer by layer.
Yeah, if you have like super mastery over painting, then you can get away with it. But if you don't have full control of yourself, you're better off doing it by layer.
I guess the problem thing for me is there's a kind of thinking on my side that it will take much longer if I do layer by layer, but I think it depends. But it would be layer by layer.
It takes longer if you don't have if your design process is not used to using layers in that way. Because in my case, the reason why I already showed you guys, remember I streamed my Photoshop, right? It's because you need to train yourself in a way that if you go down, you get sick, and someone goes back into your file, they know where to find things. You gotta be organized that way. They can continue on where you left off. That's the reason why I have a very heavy use of layering. Gotta do it. Yeah, like for example, back in the day, whenever I train the juniors below me, I give them my file. Anything that I make them do, I show them I've done it, and this is how it is. So and then after that, once they get the idea, you can just leave them the file, and then they can explore on their own how they can learn and replicate this. What you guys are doing is basically what I'm making people before do as well. There's no escape. Remember, the difference with me maybe is because before this, I have a 3D background. So it's kind of inherent for me that I can see the shading as a 3D model. So I am just literally painting the manga into what a 3D model would look like if I did it using the render passes. And that's the irony. I'm not an illustrator, but I'm able to bridge my 3D skills into the painting skill in the opposite way.
Yeah. Every video.
Yeah. But now that you saw it in grayscale, you have a greater sense of just the depth, how much depth is still missing.
Very, very challenging.
Yep, I know. Don't worry, I've been there. It's all natural.
I think it is a good practice layer by layer rather than one day. It's not traditional one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, don't forget, don't be afraid to reset. You gotta try something, all the approaches until something clicks. It doesn't matter how you start or how you do it in the middle. What only matters is if you can replicate it in the end product, in the end, what do you call that? The end result. Yeah. It doesn't matter how you do it.
Please suffer with me so I'm not alone. So Dad, which part of the Gundam you first
Random. Usually I just go for the biggest piece first. Remember, when you're doing stuff like this, you ask yourself, how do you do this the fastest way as much as you can? Because remember, you're always in a time limit situation. So you always go for the biggest pieces first, just like in the Art of War and so on, because finish whatever you can do the easiest first before you go for the harder parts. And the more complete the image is in your imagination, the easier it is for you to, keep the momentum up. So go for the bigger, easier pieces to render first, and then everything else just starts falling into place.
Thank you, bro.
Go for it. Keep chipping at it.
Oh, I was watching is they put that black and white. Oh yeah, they're doing your method then on the one I'm watching today.
Mm-hmm.
They're not rushing. They're making highlights first. Yeah.
Yeah, my term for that is value. Yeah, they're doing values first.
First year of you were soloing a Gundam. Shira, suffer with me. I'm delaying myself
without hesitation,
for years.
Landon killed him.
You're suffering now.
When Landon returned, I went back to the residence and snuck into his study. And there, I uncovered the truths I just told you. And just a few days later, it was time for Gina to be blessed. I wanted to save her and stop anyone else from getting deceived. So, that day, I told everyone present that Landon should be the one to receive the blessing, not Dina. At first, Landon argued, and no one believed me. But in front of them all, I looked at him and let my tears fall. Lord Landon, please accept the blessing.
Vivian, you...
Why won't you accept the blessing? Were you lying to us?
Ungrateful fools! You have no use anymore!
Okay. Alright.
Dina, wake up!
Good night.
We have to go. Vivian, what's happening? Listen to me. Lord Landon's so-called blessing isn't... Father!
No, I was just.
Mom, I want to go home.
It's got nothing to do with us. This is just what happens when you don't accept the blessing.
Vivian, was this you? Tina, I just didn't want you to accept the blessing. Everyone who does ends up...
I just don't want to lose my father.
Sorry.
You knew?
No, it's okay.
If you knew what he's done...
Is
So...
Contact Shadow
He's my father. He's
Is
all I
Ambient
have.
Occlusion the same thing, or?
Stop being self-righteous.
No.
Only ever...
One sec, let me pause this. Contact Shadow. Yes. They're practically close, but the idea for Contact Shadow is literally Contact Shadow. Ambient Occlusion is generally Contact Shadow while interacting with the environmental light. If that makes sense for you. But generally, yes, they are in the same spectrum. Contact Shadow, just think of it as literally very, very close already. Like hard lines, hard shadows, because it's really close. Ambient Occlusion is more the subtle one, but it still contacts shadow, but it's affected by environmental light mostly.
Dad, are you using ZBrush or 3D rendering?
For what? This one? The Gundam thing?
No. Your work?
Back then, before, yes. When I was active, I was using ZBrush as well. Why?
I was wondering if what kind of application is most demanding for 3Ds.
It depends on what kind of what role are you going for? Concept or actual 3D engine? If you're going for... No, go ahead.
Concept art. So for concept,
ZBrush.
ZBrush, and then for another one, that
What do you mean, another one?
you told me there's a ZBrush and then there's a
You can Blender is now advanced enough that it can do some ZBrush work to a certain degree.
so what happened blend. So if there's no a tool you want in ZBrush, then you're gonna do on the blender that is the apply.
Right. But ZBrush is still superior.
Ah.
Didn't I show you some ZBrush work before? Was it a different person?
Nah, that's not me. That's not me.
Oh. 1 sec. I think I got Alright, so this one is 10 years ago. That's ZBrush. Oops, wrong button. This is a very old ZBrush. This is what it looks like as a software.
You know what I noticed that when I zoom in the Gundam, I just remember.
Oh. Yeah. If you look at the picture, yes, because ZBrush has ambient, you can set it up like it has like 3-point lighting and has rudimentary ambient occlusion because of it. So yeah, it looks that way. And like I said before, since I have like 3D background, I'm just applying the same thing. My familiarity on how the shadows interact. So I can make it look 3D. But if you are, let's say you're doing more on the game engine side of things, you need to learn 3ds or Maya. Me personally, I am a Maya guy. Yeah, like this one. This is me doing 3D for Maya. So this whole entire thing took me, according to my list here, 8 hours to 3D model the whole thing. That spider thing here. Yeah.
How much polygon?
Yeah, but that's only 8 hours. I did that in one sitting. That's the speed you have to achieve. If you want the big bucks. That's the standard.
Yeah.
So no ego, but it's just reality. Because again, that's the competition out there.
My chances are low. You can do it. I can. I have a shit laptop.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure if I've showed you this fully, but this is what I was sending. So that's my 3D work before. Top one is ZBrush. Yeah, that's sculpting. Then the bottom one is Maya, which is polygon modeling. I have another one here somewhere. Where did I put it? Is it still here? Oh yeah, it's here. It's this standard. Here, this one took me 6 hours to model. It's a tank. Here. World War.
The second one, I'm calling it the 86 tank.
Oh yeah. I remember you saw that. Yeah.
Then what's the blue lines for functionality whenever someone's gonna program it to make it?
No. That's how it's just how it is from that software program. That's I forgot what it's called, the lines. There's a fancy term for the lines. My brain. Wireframe. That's the word. That's the default color for the wireframe. This is wireframe unshaded. And this is Maya. And you can see on the upper left, it says Autodesk Maya 2013. It's like, you do the math.
That I really imagine you're really, really old.
No. Not yet, but yeah, I'm getting there.
I do have one question that.
Sure.
I thought
if you
Miss
don't mind,
Landon
I
was
ask,
gone.
although
Tina would
it's
leave
alright
the
if you don't
exaltists.
answer it.
Let's see.
Remember you played Unturned, right? Like, let's just say every day. And
Yeah.
I'm just guessing, are you still working that?
Okay, that's a good question. Not regularly. Let's just
What do
say,
you mean that?
okay, because if you keep digging, you're probably not gonna like what you're gonna see. But the general idea is everybody has their own damage.
Damage?
Yeah, let's keep it there.
Yeah, okay. But are you still working as a freelance stat or like a...
Odd jobs whenever I have the energy.
So it's like, how do you say this? So you can come and go that.
Not exactly. Let's just say the damage is not good.
Okay.
See? So you don't want to go there.
But it's just I just remembered something that my boss, I think, so she did work for five years or 7 years.
Yeah.
And she told me that it's really hard to find a job when you don't have someone you know.
Yeah, just like I mentioned before.
Yeah, you mentioned before. I'm just kinda curious that if you already worked in the past,
Yeah.
and it is easy now to get access for work, how about the generation right now?
Easy is not the word. Because again, even if you know people, if you don't have the skill for it, do you think you're gonna last?
No.
That's right. It has to be both. So I will say yes, you will need to know people, but that's not the only thing you need. You need to have the skill to keep it. Right? You get what I mean? Yes. Again, through your experience right now, people you work with, you don't know where they end up. Now, if you keep up your connections, which I highly recommend you do, like for example, some of the people I know, but of course, it's been years. Some of them I've been ending up in all the big names, Ubisoft, Blizzard. I know people that did the other games that you guys were playing and so on. And yeah, I can still see them. They're working there. But of course, if you don't keep your skills up, even if you suddenly reappeared and you know them and you're rusty as fuck, you won't be able to. They may attempt to help you out, but once you hit there and you're not keeping up, no, you can't keep it. You can gain the chance, but you cannot keep it. if you don't have the skill set. There's no escape. Now you understand, right? Why I keep prodding. Refinement and so on.
Yes.
I know, you're looking for an escape route. Doesn't work that way. No. Yeah, again, so what your boss said is true. Yeah, you need to keep the connections. That's the reason if you're hyper quiet and everything. Right? I've been telling you, even your Katie side, right? Right. My original personality is dead silent. But over time, you realize you gotta open your mouth. You gotta learn how to talk, communicate. Because the world is not... It's just not set up for magic to happen unless you're one of the lucky few. You get what I mean? So if you don't learn how to adjust your personality on how to communicate properly, then nope. We talked about this before already, right? How you practice, how to speak, and so on. It's very vital. Unless you're willing to be the goblin. What? Yeah.
Continue that.
If you're dead quiet and if you do get inside a company, you'll just end up in rank and file. The guy in the background.
Is it a good thing or bad thing?
Sometimes good, sometimes bad. In a good company, that's bad. In a bad company, that's good. If that makes sense for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also have one question then. So if I practice making like this Gundam then.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of afraid that they're gonna put me on the 3D like you did in the tank.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of afraid. So I was wondering what kind of work that we're doing to the Gundam then. Is it
concept art, texture artist, shading. The worst thing you could do is if you put into her portfolio something you're not willing to do.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. The reason why I'm allowing you guys to experience this is because this is the universal skill that whether you go concept, you go 3D, or whatever else, the skills that you learn here is applicable no matter what. If you end up in a 2D game like League of Legends, you can do it. If you end up in another 3D game, even like Battlefield or any realistic game, you're still gonna do some painting no matter what. And you're gonna do the lighting on it, like this, just like this. Except maybe nowadays because AIs, the RTX, the ray tracing is doing things automatically for you. But if we're gonna be real, the best looking games out right now, if you're looking at the trailers and the games, are more than likely still done with traditional methods, which is what we're doing right now. I mean, what you guys are doing. This is the traditional optimized. When you hear the word, oh, the game is optimized, this is it. Because the game is running smoothly, because the lighting has been artistically rendered onto the environment and the characters and models directly, rather than through the dynamic lights in the engine. That's the difference. What's this? Yeah, that's the 3D stuff. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. There's another branch in 3D games, which is 3D painting. Literally, it's after ZBrush, you're painting the colors onto the sculpture.
So these were you're gonna apply colors then?
Yes, and you're still gonna apply the same technique. Search for, what's that program again? Substance 3D Painter. That one is you're painting textures on it. What's that word? There's a word for... It starts with the letter P. My brain needs a jump start. Letter P. It's not progressive. It kind of sounds like progressive. Procedural. There. Okay. Substance 3D Painter is procedural painting. There.
So what's the difference of
you're gonna need technical skill for this. This is technical painting, wherein you're painting textures that's procedurally generated onto the model. Because by nature, I'm technically a technical artist. I'm not on the side of the traditional create. I'm still creative, but I'm more on the technical side. So that's my real strength there. The procedural stuff.
What's the difference?
It's technical. Do you know what physical-based lighting is? Have you ever opened a 3D program ever? Do you know how to pick?
I did not.
Yeah, but do you know how the texture works? What's the difference between anisotropic and blend? You're gonna be working with those what do you call those terms? Like albedo. What's the other one? Oh yeah, there's also UV mapping. That's another branch. That's part of texturing, because UV mapping is preparing a 3D model to accept paint information, paint data. Because if the UV mapping is done very shit, no matter how good the texture artist is, if you look at the model while it's moving and animating, everything's gonna look wrong. It's stretching out, random blurry parts. The armpit has a large seam. You can see it. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, you can try it through searching UV mapping. So you cannot do substance painting without first properly UV mapping the model. See that? So there, that's a perfect one. So you need to lay out that one. Click on it. So from the model that's 3D, you need to lay it out in a flat 2D space. So you can see it's warped, right? So you split the arm, the leg. Yeah, that's UV mapping. You cannot digitally paint on an object without doing that process first. Yeah, there, lower left. Yeah, the mushroom's the basic one, but yeah, you can look at those a little closer. Yeah, so you see what I mean? So this is the technical side of the stuff. Now, this isn't done. This can be done automatically, but it's super messy. So UV mapping is its own art form wherein you cut and seam together in the right spots so the texture doesn't warp on the model. There's a process to this.
What is the most demanding job access?
What? Magnitude?
For example, 3D artist is the most demanding work. Should I focus on that?
Let's be real. What's your level of experience of opening a 3D program?
Not that, but I'm still want to practice a lot.
Okay, right here, right now, within 10 minutes, you can download the 3D program. Download Blender for free. Open it up first time. And let it sink in. And then you'll know.
I'm imagining when...
No, do it. No imagination. Just download it now. Go Blender, click download. It's only a couple gigabytes. You can download it really fast. You cannot, okay, this is reality here. You cannot imagine something you haven't touched or seen before. Anything you imagine in your head is just fantasy if you haven't done it for real. That's the reason why this is...
I opened the ZBrush before and I did the Buffalo Cow. But
that's the ZBrush, but you're using Pentablet. If you open Blender, this is 3D modeling. ZBrush is 3D sculpting. Those are two different things. You cannot use models from ZBrush directly into a game engine. ZBrush models needs to go into a process of being what's the layman term I can use it? You need to convert ZBrush models into properly rigged models in other software like Maya or 3ds to prepare it for a game engine. So those are two separate things again.
what is... Okay. Here's a question then. What is the software that I should focus so I could implement to other application easier? Is it Blender?
Blender is the cheapest because it's free. So the controls for Blender in 3ds and Maya are all separate. So once you start practicing on one, it's going to be hard for you to jump from one software to the other. The concept is the same for all of the program. What's going to kick you in the butt is the commands, the layout of the shortcuts, the window and so on, the Windows positions and so on. That's going to be fighting you. So if you're start zero, you need to focus on one of those programs until you get what I mean. You're already comfortable. So in your case, Blender is absolutely free, and this year it's pretty close to Maya and 3ds already. So you should be able to use it. But most big name studios are still mostly Maya and 3ds.
separate Maya, 3DS, and Maya? Is Maya and my 3DS separate that?
No. Those are two separate programs. Autodesk Maya and Autodesk 3DS. $3DS Max. The general use case for this is 3ds Max is more specialized for games, 3ds Autodesk Maya is more specialized for cinematics. But they still cross over. Some game studios still use Autodesk Maya, some movie studios still use 3ds Max.
So since I was wondering that which one is most demanding in this two. Since you're not gonna work in all one, right? That it should be like a separate role.
Separate.
So which one is it, game or cinematic? I have a guess.
It's easy. Yes, cinematic is the one that's easier. Because it's general use case. You can use that for advertising companies. Use that for game companies. You can use that for, I don't know, whatever else. Mm-hmm. See that's the reason now that you're seeing all of these details. That's the reason why I can't give you a straight answer, because there's no straight answer. It's not as simple as it. There's a lot of depth that you gotta wade through.
I'm just kind of depressed the same thing that I think I'm already left behind.
Not necessarily. Well, again, the left behind thing is everybody will feel that no matter what. No matter what, I'm serious here. The more self-aware you are, the more you realize that you're always kind of chasing something. But if we're gonna be honest, the question here is just focus on what you can do right now and just keep on improving that one. And then think of from the word I always say, how do you bridge your current skill set to another skill set? Yep, that one, bridge.
Or goal.
Yep. Yeah, like for example, art test. You've done art tests, right? No. You're too quiet, huh? Whenever you're applying... Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, yeah, because whenever you're gonna apply for any graphic studio, they're gonna test your butt. So they have a standard they need to keep. So they're gonna make you do an art test. You get what I mean? So if you're applying...
Some samples that I'm going...
That's right. I mean, you can send your portfolio, but that's only to get their attention. Once you get the studio's attention, they're gonna ask the question, can you adapt to our style? To our standard. Right. There's no escape. Yeah, so there it is. And people are also aware that some people will fake their portfolios. So they will test you if you can actually do whatever it is that you did there. Those are the good companies, mind you, the big names.
So the good companies are like they're gonna hand you some tests. So that's the good company.
When it's but if to put it into context, when I say good companies, I'm not saying they're angels. Good companies meaning these are the companies that are they have the what do you call that again? The credentials, the credits that they've done, big names, good titles out there. That because that's what you're chasing as an artist in this industry. It's not just randomly doing stuff. You want to do something that tractions in the world. Like you can say with pride, I was part of this movie, as part of this game. My name is there. I'm in the credits. That's what you're chasing here. You don't chase the money. You chase the reputation.
That's where the connections are.
That's right. Exactly. Now it's stars are aligning now in your head, right? There you go. So you may be earning lots of money, but you don't got credentials. You're gonna have a problem looking for the next step. Again, it sounds scary when you got absolute zero experience about this, but it's not as bad once you get your momentum running.
So I think if I can replicate the Gundam you make that, I could proceed on making the shits.
Yes. The techniques you learn here, if you can manage to get to the level of the what's that word? Fidelity. The level of fidelity that I got there on that Gundam thingy, you should be able to adapt this skill set so you can replicate other stuff. Like for example, you're playing Dota. You can see who's your favorite character in the Dota games or LoL games. And any character.
In League of Legends, bro, who carries a large gate.
Now you can see their weapon, right?
Yes.
Look for the weapon and look at how the texture was done. Put it side by side with the Gundam.
That's
for science. Look for a good shot for the in-game model, not the artificially rendered look. The in-game. That one, there at the bottom. No, there, on the left. One step up. One step up. That or the one on the right with the green stuff. Yeah, look closely at the text. Yeah. If you can get a good shot of it.
It's not HD.
It sucks. That one. Look at the shield. They're perfect. Now, put that beside the Gundam. Look at the treatment of the shield. And then look at it from the coloring style that I put on the Gundam. Go for the finished look. That's the, what about that? Where's the finished one? There. Now, look at it. Now that you're looking, look at it with the shield. Zoom in on the chest. Let's match the scaling. All right. Okay, that's a little too much on the Gundam. Zoom out a little on the Gundam. Pretend the chest is a shield. Now, put it side by side. What do you notice?
One thing I know, same book. Same.
Wasn't kidding, right?
Yeah.
There we go. You can try going black and white. Screenshot both of these two. Turn them into black and white, and then you'll see the value styling is the same. You'll end up with that.
Okay. Yep. Can I hide this for a moment?
Yeah. Then put the Gundam side by side. Make them both black and white with the high quality version of the Gundam. All right.
Wait. Huh?
Boom.
Hey.
See that? That's the standards for the AAA games.
I was wondering that if it's alright to be messy in the 3D like this one.
No.
No.
If it's stylistic, it's part of the art style, sure. But again, you cannot force the game to bend to you. You're the one that's gonna bend to the game. That, because you're following key art. You have to adapt. So I know you're forcing in your head you want to do the pencil style and the charcoal style, but if you want to be in this industry, in the game industry, or like cinematic industry, like you're watching League of Legends, the movie, if you grab a shot from the League of Legends movie, I bet you turn it into black and white, put them side by side, it's gonna look the same again.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. You can find maybe the gauntlets of the League of Legends character, because it looks like a shield. But yeah, from this shot right here that you're looking at, look at how the grayscale is done. Look at how the value is done. You see this guy's forehead? It looks like the chest piece I have on the Gundam. The highlight, how it's done, right? How it's rendered.
Yes, then.
There.
This one.
Yes, and look at the edging, and look at the Gundam edging, it's all there. So I'm not kidding. If you guys are able to match the Gundam, you're already at the Dota League of Legends level. It's within reach.
For the Tesla. You got depression then.
Yep. Gotta slog through it. While you still can. That's the word here. While you still can, keep pushing. Because in quicksand, the moment you stop, the faster you sink. Keep that in mind. Keep pushing and grasping for vines.
I never expected her to continue his research, or that Camille would stay. Camille lost her entire family in a hollow disaster.
Let's do it.
Always supported the Exaltists. She's not a bad person. She's just someone searching for hope.
I already gave you
It's very
the,
early on.
the directions out.
Watch Dina grow up.
Just do it.
She was just so
While you
desperate to
enroll to
save
school,
Dina
you can
that
have a professor, a friend.
she's been following Dina, taking care of everything out of her.
Maybe I should have gone to the professor route. But yeah,
Just failed
we'll
to
see.
save Dina. I trapped her. I see misfortune approaching, but I can never change its course or avoid the bad ending. Maybe I really am a bringer of misfortune.
No, you're not the one causing trouble. Whatever went down with the Exaltist, it was Landon who was pulling the strings.
I think
As for Dina and Camille, they knew the truth and they made their choice. The hollows and the disasters they caused took more than just their loved ones. Not all survivors cling to obsession and hatred like those two do.
I'm gonna time myself for 8 hours. One sitting to make this Gundam so I would know.
Yeah. Keep chipping.
Practice.
Yeah, just keep going. Do it. I've already shown you, because if you manage to nail this, if you go on an art test, oh my god. Way higher chances. Imagine if they're looking at your art and it looks like League of Legends, the movie.
Dad, can you reward me something?
Huh?
Can you
No.
reward me something?
No.
No, it's... Dad, is it alright?
Hmm?
Is it alright if I ask for your PSD on the Gundam? If I finish my Gundam, if I'm...
No. Nope. There's still some trade secrets in there. No, because, okay, on a more reasonable side, because you don't want to mirror yourself with me. You have to develop your own process. Because if you don't develop your own process, the lesson will not stick. Because if I give you my PSD, you're gonna try and replicate it down to the bone, all the way to the folder structure, all the way to the positions of the layers. No, because if your mind is programmed to be that way, this will sound sucky, but you're gonna be constantly reliant.
It's like a spoon feeding that.
That's right. So what I'm showing you is the process, but what I'm trying to trigger here is your own self-realization on how you're gonna get to that level with your own techniques. That's why I never tell you guys, do this setting on the brush, do this particular shape on the brush, put this color here, put that color. I never did that before, right?
Yeah.
That's right. So that's what I'm trying to inspire on people, because you should never try and replicate everything literally. You have to self-realize your own way on doing things. Hey, what's up, Rao? Dude, you got play every popular gacha game by now? Oh yeah, I did. And probably even more once the new ones show up, but I'm probably gonna die at that point. It's way too many. The backlogs is killing me.
You need to believe in yourself, Vivian. From what I can see, you're handling the sacrifice crisis pretty well on your own. Besides, you told me you really like who you've become.
Oh yeah. On that note, yeah.
That'll always be true. Thank you for listening.
You're drowning because you're not moving. In order to swim, you gotta make sure your limbs are coordinatedly moving at a constant pace. That's what swimming is. So if you keep stopping on moving, then you're just gonna keep on drowning. Right? So there we go. Oh yeah, one more thing also, when you're in the workplace, this is number one. There will be always competition, and all your competition will always be trying to copy whatever secrets you got. So there we go. So if you manage to train yourself, as I'm intending to do with you guys, to make it, you can self-realize your own way of doing things. They cannot copy you because you're constantly innovating new stuff. They cannot catch up to you. They can keep copying you, but they cannot catch up to you because you're the one trailing. You're the one, kind of sounds cheesy, but you're the trailblazer. You're the one making the route, the paths. They're the one just following you. Is that right? So true about not copying everything. Something learn origami, make your own, not always right. Oh, here we go. See that? Even our chatter here, Rao knows. He agrees. That is the way.
Years have gone.
Yeah, Rao. Currently, the context is we're talking about art stuff in the background as fellow artists with the struggles of the industry.
So I could finally spill it all out. It lightens my heart a little. Nathan, you truly are a wonderful.
Okay. I'm currently in the storyline just
Not just today.
on the what's that word again? The visual novel side.
I will. It's been such a long day. You must be exhausted. I'll track down the location of the sacrifice core and let you know what I find. Good night, Lord Bathan.
Yeah, Rao. About the robots thing, I'm gonna wait for Volta. It's kind of underwhelming, the release of the Scorpion mech. They didn't do any kind of special event for it or drops. It's kind of sad. We need more content, definitely, to inspire more people to hop on in. And the joke is they don't even give the content creators the stuff. They expect you to buy it yourself. So that's another problem. Because people are gonna watch those the CCs that bought in, right? Bought the full set. Oh, here we go.
Sure. I didn't expect you to be working here. Perfect.
I was just covering someone's shift. The screening here is super strict, and I was afraid the supervisor would realize I was new and subbing for someone, so I hid in the control room during the supervisor's inspection. So I happened to bump into this guy, a blonde man wearing a hat, and I think he was checking some footage. Then he logged that footage into the tape he brought. Later, I found that part of the footage had been
Sure.
Blonde, wearing a hat. Could it be Hugo?
Yeah, go for it.
I think it's him. If it were Hugo... I think I know where he would hide the tape. Thank you, Shaw. You were a big help.
Great! You also helped me a lot when I started working. I used to make mistakes all the time. If it weren't for you cleaning up my messes, I would have been fired ages ago. So I'm happy I could help you too. All right, go ahead and do what you need to do. We'll catch up another time.
Find the black bird. Oh, it's pre-marked.
If I'm not mistaken, you and Vivian share the same goal. Silence is no good for negotiation.
I just don't want Dina to reach a point of no return.
Hasn't she already reached that point with what she's doing?
The formula for the Landon serum was lost, but a batch survived, and Dina was able to develop a substance that can be used for mind control. She's trying to combine the two to make sacrifices that would obey human commands. If the dormant sacrifice and the remaining Landon serum are destroyed, we can put an end to this. Dina's concoction can't create sacrifices on its own.
And the sacrifice core?
That belongs to the creator, not her. Although I find Landon's methods despicable, I can't deny that the Exaltists and the creator are leading us in the right direction. I just don't want Dina to spend her life trapped by her father's mistakes.
I mean, no offense, but I find your protectiveness rather weird. I will confirm the location of the dormant sacrifice and find the chance to relay the information to you. I do not want any of my people to be going into danger. As for the sacrifice core, I can only guarantee that it will not fall into her hands. As for how things will ultimately play out,
The creator will guide me.
Camille was actually destroying the dormant sacrifice?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ambient light is basically just base color, or is it like a little brighter or lighter
Yeah.
than base color? That's
No, ambient. How do I explain this? Ambient light is light that's bouncing from the word ambient, from the environment. So that's any light that you want to use. For example, you're in the forest. What's the predominant light that you're going to be seeing in the forest besides the sunlight?
either green or
Right. A very subtle greenish. Okay, so the term here is ambient light is bounce light. This is the light that's bleeding from the environment.
okay.
Does that make sense? Mm-hmm.
Because during the video, I'm confusing it with reflective light. But the reflective light is directly bouncing off an object into the
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
Yes. Ambient light is the mix of all the colors. So generally, it's the. Do you know the term overcast? When you come out of the, if you come out of the house and it's not raining yet, but the clouds are all gray, but you don't see the sun, but you can still see everything bright enough. That's ambient. Does that make sense? You don't see any sunlight. When you come out of your house before it rains, the sky is gray, you don't see the sun, but you can still see everything bright enough. That is ambient.
That's ambient. Okay, yeah. Indirect light thing.
Correct.
Sure.
Compared to Camille's motives, I'm more concerned about whether Hugo has more plans lined up.
Hugo. He.
Wise, Lycon just sent a message saying he's got something urgent that he needs to talk to us about now.
Alright, let's patch him in.
Master Proxy, I apologize for disturbing you. We have just learned that the Ravenlock family will host a banquet tonight. This banquet is rather special, as they're allowing members of their family to invite business partners to attend. With Hartman at the center of controversy, there are many members of the family who are eager to use this opportunity to replace him. The mayor has been spreading rumors of a young tycoon who inherited a sizable fortune and is looking to partner with a person from an old and influential family. This information has lured a young man named Burton from the Ravenlock family.
So, you want me to pose as this tycoon and use Burton to infiltrate the banquet?
Correct. And Hartman's study is also located within the venue.
I see. Hartman's study might hold valuable information.
It seems like there's nothing left for me to do.
You can attend as her +1.
+1? Lord Faven, please go with me!
Master Proxy, it seems Miss Vivian requires your presence, so...
Yes, just your presence will help me immensely!
Sure. If we go together, we'll be able to keep an eye out for each other. I'll accompany Vivian.
I'll send you the time and place for the meeting with Burton. If you encounter any danger, please evacuate immediately or contact me for backup. I hope everything goes well for you tonight.
Miss Banshee, I believe I've shown you my sincerity. Now how about you?
Sincerity? My presence here is a show of sincerity.
If we're to work together, Miss Banshee, you should drop your pretentious act.
I am well aware of the ways of the Ravenlock family. If I were to come empty-handed, I probably wouldn't even be able to make it out the front door tonight. Since I agreed to come with you, and even brought along my most precious companion, does that not show my deepest sincerity?
No need for such an off-color joke. Our door is always open for those coming or going.
We both know what's what. So let's cut the small talk. I know far more about how the Ravenlock family made their fortune than most here. I am also well aware of why Hartman, despite such a massive scandal, still remains in power.
Oh? Do tell.
Exaltists, blessing, sacrifice, Landon. Where would you like me to start?
How did you know that? No, who are you?
Don't be so tense. If I'm not mistaken, it's about time the banquet began. My companion and I are practically famished. Is this how you treat your guests? By letting them starve? Perhaps when we've had our fill, we'll remember where the sacrifice is hidden.
You know where the sacrifice is?
So, can we go get something to eat now? And I'm also looking forward to receiving a special dessert from you. We can discuss what you wish to know while we enjoy dessert.
Of course. I wouldn't let such an important guest discuss matters on an empty stomach. As for dessert, I will prepare it myself, and I guarantee it will satisfy you. I'll come find you later. I wish you a pleasant evening.
These kinds of people are exhausting to deal with. I really don't know how Hugo used to put up with it.
You always managed to surprise me. You sent him off with just a few words. If I were him, I'd think you were a powerful noble lady.
It's just some techniques Hugo taught me. Like that dessert I mentioned. It means I want them to offer more if they want to come to an accord. Fortunately, that old fox Hartman is terrified of losing power. He's definitely keeping the destruction of the sacrifice and the fact that the sacrifice core is fake hidden from the other family members. Otherwise, Burden wouldn't have been so willing to raise his offer. Lord Phaethon, let's find Hartman's study when the banquet is at its busiest.
All right. I've already taken note of the surrounding terrain. Once more people arrive, we'll enter the garden through the door in the corner of the banquet hall.
Wherever you go, I'll follow Lord Phaethon. Isn't this going a bit too well?
The security outside of the manor is really strict, but maybe it's more lax on the inside? Just in case though, let's contact Lycon.
Right. Having some backup would be safer.
Let's check Hartman's recent correspondences for clues. I still have concerns about the sacrifice core.
Right. Though the core he gave Dina was fake, Hartman might have left a trick up his sleeve and hid the real one.
Then let's split up.
Esteemed guests, is the catering at the Ravenlock family banquet not to your satisfaction? So much so that these two distinguished guests felt the need to come to my humble office to scavenge for food. Don't want to come out? Well, after all, you don't have long left. Burton, that greedy idiot, fell for the mayor's trap. But I never expected that he would bring you into my territory. I suppose I should thank him. Otherwise, I would have had to go to great lengths to eliminate you. Vivian, Phaethon, give Hugo my regards. Tell him I shall be taking the wealth and power of the
good night.
family for myself.
Sige lang. Let it sink in.
The bullet? How?
Dear uncle, why must we be so distant with one another? You can just tell me what you want to say.
Yep. Don't do it. Not yet.
Uncle, you must know a Ravenlock will never stop until they get what they want. Did you really think I would be defeated so soon, when I have yet to trample you into the dirt.
You filthy bastard! You only know how to resort to these petty tricks!
Petty tricks? Perhaps you'd like to know what I managed to accomplish using this fake death of mine.
Nope. Don't. Don't.
Dear uncle.
Subsurface scattering. That's the technique I was using on the crystal effect on the gun.
Faking my own death. Hope it's all worth the theatrics in the end. It was just to keep Hartman off my back, but maybe I went a little overboard. The manager must be pretty shaken up. I should apologize at some point.
You're taking longer to rest than I expected.
Lycon, you think too highly of my physical capabilities. Well, thank you for your cooperation. I must say, if nothing else, at least your acting skills have improved. Why do you look so angry? You should be happy. We pulled that off together with flawless teamwork and managed to fool everyone.
Drop your foolish facade.
I'm glad you still remember the code we set all those years ago. And thank you for ensuring your sleight of hand didn't deteriorate. Oh, right. I should also thank the blood bag hidden in my clothes and our other props. Do you remember when we last used this trick? It was probably ages ago.
Sometimes I really don't understand you. Have you never thought about what the consequences would be if I didn't understand your code? If I decided against helping you? Or if I just couldn't control my strength properly?
You'd understand it. Of course, if things really did go awry, I had alternative plans. You wouldn't be so arrogant as to think I'd bet everything on you, would you?
You're insane.
You're going for something way too advanced.
So what exactly is the purpose behind all this? Surely after going to such great lengths to erase your own existence, you don't just plan to hide here and reminisce about the past with me. Don't try to brush this off.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's good.
I've already helped you enact your plan. Tell me the truth.
Don't get your tail in a twist. I have more plans that require your assistance, so naturally I would not hide anything from you. Simply put, as things stand, whether as Hugo Vlad or as Mockingbird, I am doomed to die.
Seems you've made quite a few enemies.
As a member of the Ravenlock family, I negotiated with Edmund and managed to obtain resources from Tops for my future plans. I also confirmed what attitude they held toward your master, the Mayflower family. Meanwhile, I used my identity in Mockingbird to strike a deal with Hartman and gather information on their collaboration with the remnants of the Exaltists. That's where I got my intel on what Bringer left. Oh, by the way, the crime declaration letter that your dear mayor received, that was also sent by yours truly. He's probably figured...
So the subsurface is on the ear.
Right. Though I'm not sure if he told you.
The mayor learned about the sacrifice attacks through his own means, but lacked an opportunity to take action. That warning letter was precisely what he needed.
You aren't hopeless yet. How delightful. In short, I'm more well-informed than your lot because I get around, dealing with all these different important figures. But of course, it comes at a cost. It's only fair. After all, you can't hide the smoke from a wildfire. Rather than trying to carefully tame it and risk setting yourself alight, it's better to let it burn free.
When I helped you put on your little act, killing you in front of everyone, you left the sacrifice core to Hartman. That was intentional too, then?
Oh, yes. And it worked like a charm, didn't it? Now no one cares for me anymore, and all eyes are on Hartman. A perfect situation for keeping the Ravenlock family in check while dealing a cutting blow to the Exaltists behind them. Another crucial point is Vivian and Phaethon. I must sever any ties they have with me or Mockingbird. Although I feel bad for Phaethon about what happened, but it had to be done. That's the only way they would be safe, allowing the plan to continue.
I noticed that you never turned your blade toward Master Proxy. So, those words you said back then were also...
I will bloody my hands. I will carry the weight of my sins. I will become the Abyss. Obviously, it was all an act. My acting has always been impeccable, as you know.
Hugo, you're taking such a tremendous risk. Why?
Would you believe me if I said it's for justice? But unfortunately, it's not. I want revenge on the Ravenlock family. And I will make sure that despicable excuse for a human being, Hartman, suffers a slow, torturous end. Of course. I also promised Vivian that I would help her investigate the whole thing with the Exaltists. That's all.
You don't look too good. Is it your wounds?
No. This is the first problem I plan to resolve. Lycon, do you have a place that is sufficiently discreet, quiet, and can take a lot of damage?
What exactly are you doing?
Don't look at me like that. If I didn't have to do this, I wouldn't. Hartman recently obtained a bizarre substance, most likely from those crazy Exaltists. After use, it allows control of the victim's mind. To some extent.
You were dosed with it?
To be more precise, Lycon, I deliberately allowed Hartman to put this drug in my cup to facilitate our previous collaboration. After finding out about it, I quickly found someone to help analyze its composition. The good news is he gave me a very low dosage, perhaps because he was afraid I might notice. There's a different medication that can delay its onset, preventing me from actually being under his control. I simply need to put on a show in front of my dear uncle. The bad news is that currently there is no antidote. When I delay those effects, however, they will accumulate and erupt when my body reaches its limit. It may even break my mind. And that's exactly what's happening now. I need to endure those accumulated consequences. So, I will lock myself in this room for however long that takes. I've tied my limbs to prevent me from smashing this place or accidentally hurting myself. Anyway, after you leave, do not open this door, no matter what you hear.
I recommend seeking professional medical assistance.
This is advice I received from a doctor. Or are you saying you don't believe I can make it? So, Lycon, come find me here at the scheduled time. All you need to do is smile and await my victory.
What if I want to stop you?
You know you won't succeed. You never have. And, well, time is short. Let's begin.
I understand. Don't die, you stupid bastard.
Is this because the side effects haven't worn off yet? this late. I'm surprised. Or is something wrong with time itself? Looks like someone's over there. Might as well go at.
It's all your fault. I wish I had never given birth to you! Everything will get better if you just die, right? If you die, he'll come back. We'll have another, more perfect child. One who will inherit the Ravenlock family bloodline. Then I'll be able to escape this pain. So, Hugo, for the sake of Mommy's happiness,
So, I wasn't awake yet after all.
That's because you don't want to wake up again.
Who are you?
I am you. You want to kill her, don't you? Every time she beat you without reason, when she tried to gouge out your eyes, when she saw, why not admit your hatred?
Yes, I hate her because she was foolish and shallow, greedy, so she chose to blame me. Blame me for my heterochromia. Blame me for my very existence. But I won't kill her.
Have you been brainwashed by that dog?
Don't compare us. I've simply come to understand love.
She sold you to the Raven without you. While she was indulging herself, you were going through hell in the Ravenlock Manor. Does it not torment you? Do you not feel the hatred? Do you not want to demand answers? Kill her. Only by killing her can you be truly free.
But now, well...
Stop lying to yourself. This weak-minded thinking will only lead you to failure. Like before. Do you still not get it? This is how the world is. If you want to change anything, you must first become the one who makes just like that woman. The only rich, so listen to me. Find that woman, kill her, and prove to this world why forgive them.
I'm not forgiving them. Or rather, I don't care about them. They don't even matter. You know, perhaps the person I hate the most, the one I truly cannot forgive, has never been someone, but rather my weak, powerless past self who could do nothing. I hate myself for having neither the strength nor the can let me as you. So...
Your pretty words mean...
I see. This is still an illusion. I wonder who's going to show up this time.
Brother! Hugo, let's play hide and seek! I'm already hiding! You'll find me, right? Like you always do!
Serena.
You're looking in the wrong place. I found an even better hiding spot this time. Harder harder to find than any place you showed me. Hey, Hugo, do you ever wonder why I had to die?
It was because of me.
That's right. It was because of you. It's all your fault. If only you didn't exist, I wouldn't have had to suffer.
That's it for learning. But music didn't plan.
Still looking in the wrong spot. I can't believe you still haven't found me after all this time. Have you forgotten about me?
I haven't forgotten.
It's okay. I'll forgive you. I'll still be nice to you, just like before. I was the only one who was ever nice to you, wasn't I?
Yes.
Then tell me, why do good people always suffer? Why is kindness always punished instead? Tell me, Hugo, why? Hugo, are you lost? Go back.
I told you. I am.
Of course.
Yes. Unfortunately. I don't like the way you blame yourself. Your mother. In their eyes. And so.
They tried to kill me.
So they killed Serena, who was weaker. Those cruel brats thought that by reporting this to yet. Not
in this world.
And that's exactly what you found. A perfect Here you go, deep down inside. Don't you want to rip them to shreds?
Those brothers and sisters of mine are all
They died by Hartman's.
boring. Is that not power struggles pitting kids like a curse? Written.
Don't forget.
That's right. No matter how much you deny it, survival of the fittest. This is the path of success that has led the Ravenlock as long as you live. You are destined to one day become some.
I won't.
You won't become so relaxed. So, do not deny it. And I.
Lycon. Never thought I'd be this genuinely thankful to see you. Seeing you means this never-ending night. I don't want to hear. You have no idea what the.
A person who stops at nothing for their.
And what do you think I'm.
All of this was part of your plan. To seek revenge. After almost being a.
And what a code so.
You knew what this time you succeed. Admit it, Hugo.
Enough. I may hate him for betraying.
What?
You aren't like the other me. I've been waiting for.
It seems you've already.
Just as you said, we are ultimate.
Then you should know what I want when you and Lycon split. Because you read some people
For that.
That's right, to slay that you know the truth. But if you hadn't hesitated and instead seized the first opportunity to kill innocent civilians, wouldn't have died. You can save more people.
I've spent countless hours in.
So why not submit to your true nature? You want to be the judge, jury.
I wasn't for his schemes to kill the head of the family were so. For a behemoth like the Ravenlock, of course. Whether it's top, I refuse to be dragged.
You foolish. Or are you going to fall otherwise? Of course you are right to do so. No one in this world can be trusted. But you stay silent. That's why. But remember, and we are children born. Come.
But you, and I'll never lose. Betrayal to myself.
Just afraid to admit it. It's better. You're too scared to face your true self and what you truly desire. Just get rid of me. Without me, you are nothing.
For what it's worth, thank you. Don't be afraid. You and I are inseparable. You're part of me, just as I am part of you.
Fancy words won't change anything.
No. It's not just platitudes. I finally understand now. Some pain only fades when it's seen, when it's accepted. So I won't fight you anymore. I won't hate myself anymore. Weakness, hatred, malice, strength, forgiveness, justice.
Hugo, it's time. Hugo, you...
Did I scare you? I made it through. I won. No praise for me, my dearest partner. This is just like what I saw in my dream. My former...
Are you sure you're fully...
How about we fight?
I refuse to fight some...
How thoughtful.
I'd rather you not Not to your liking.
No. Either way.
Now tell me,
Just going a bit crazy, but... If I had to put it into... You seem like you could benefit from some...
Seems you really have.
Well, of course.
I wanted to ask. What you...
I didn't expect...
Just as I said, perhaps Mockingbird deviate. You shouldn't reject the things you...
I have contemplated those in high position. But just as you said, nothing. Hold... All right,
I thought you would...
If all has gone to plan... Well, then.
I'll go with you.
Lycon...
Hartman's actions will disturb...
Very well. Let's go. I'm sure you've heard about the missing workers from companies under the Ravenlock family, too. Those are Ravenlock's men. The workers with them are the victims who were tricked into going into the Hollow.
Bunch of nobodies. Please. Kill them!
You're welcome to try.
Don't get hit. Freeze all evil!
More workers here. And...
Is Hartman behind this, too?
Of course. He threw them into the Hollow like offerings for the Exaltists. To him, those...
There's more over there.
It's different this time. I still need more direct...
The comments, all we have to do is follow you into the hall.
Shut your trap. You keep
Because I don't have a choice.
It's the same for me. Who would risk taking a job? I'll do it.
Wait, you people from...
Don't worry, you'll get... But before we start...
Bro, should we really...
And the sooner they take it, the sooner it'll be over.
What? You didn't say anything.
Look, this is good stuff, alright?
Exactly! You'll be working and you have to take it before we can... Of course!
Lycon, what are you...
Rescuing those workers of...
Now is not the right time.
And as I said many years ago...
So that...
If that's not what you want me to...
All right. It's a little... Of course, it's your... But if you try...
I trust you.
All right. Now we can go and beat them into the ground.
Don't forget, you also don't overdo it and kill them.
All right, you're...
Who the hell are you?
Why don't you take a guess?
We're the ones here to stop you.
Remember the last... Your legs? How are they feeling?
I'm fine.
To be honest, I think I prefer the way you used to fight.
For madness. Let the party begin.
Damn it.
Ravenlock. It means exactly what. Sever your ties while you can.
The family's honor comes...
Is that really... You're not from the main family, right? That's what...
I don't have a choice. From the moment I was born into the...
You always have a choice. All right. Don't worry, Lycon.
How's that, Mac?
As always. I'll leave the rest...
Okie dokie.
Okay, now can you...
As you can see, the pills were swapped out with outside of this batch. But rest assured, the antidote for it...
I wanted to ask. Besides getting evidence...
It seems you're not...
I thought you were just... Then... I have one...
The truth is... Before he passed away in that small attic...
When he told me you might go down the...
That's right.
You never said anything.
You know there's no way I don't... Besides, back then...
Jack...
It's all in the past. Enough. If we're going to reminisce over the past, we... Lycon? It was a scheme Hartman devised to take over the family. I did indeed attack my father, and I thought he was dead. And even before that, if I had... Even now, but I no longer care to personal...
You...
I know we may never agree. I once wanted to fight against those ugly truths that defined me, so... As long as I know...
You've changed.
Don't patronize. I still disagree with Jack's word. I will walk the path I believe is right. But... I will also allow you...
Should I say...
You're welcome.
It was just an accident. I'm doing well now. On the contrary, I used to think you wanted power. That everything you did would...
I am a god. Or you could say that in this... There are many things that we are... Just as I said before. Let's go. I still have to witness...
You really think your little tricks mean nothing?
You still don't... I didn't come this far just to... Right on...
On behalf of TOPS, I'd like to clarify that we had no involvement. TOPS is officially terminating all partnerships with the Ravenlock family, effective immediately. We will have no further affiliation with them.
Are you crazy? What the hell do you get out of ruining the Ravenlocks? You want to be a petty thief forever?
Thief? Oh... I'm the name people... I'm the master con artist who can fool anyone, anytime. I'm the leader of Mockingbird. The one who turns every headline into my own stage. I have friends who'd catch me if I fall, partners who'd shed tears for me, and allies who always have my back. I am Hugo Vlad. You're the one who needs the Ravenlock name. I never did.
You ungrateful bastard! You should have never been born.
You flatter me. Same goes for you, Uncle. You've done well. And here I thought this was...
Hugo, and I mourn...
Listen, Vivian. I've always been so I don't hesitate to use... But it is because I am so... In any case... Lycon's taking care of everything. Also, wise. Thank you. And I, Hugo Vlad.
Master Proxy, although...
Did you know about Hugo's plan to fake...
I was simply playing along. You are a student of the mayor's late friend.
You still have that habit of...
Mr. Hugo Vlad, if you have any...
You two sure are...
For the sake of a certain old fox, I learned from Camille that Dina intends sacrifices created this way will not... So the Exaltists, but Dina's although the dormant sacrifice has been destroyed.
Putting aside the sacrifice for now.
The real core...
Here?
Vivian, do you remember when I
remember. But that was just...
How about our dear Proxy? I'll take... I will hand over this core to the mayor as agreed.
No wonder the mayor would promote rhetoric favorable to Mockingbird. I can't believe I thought he was actually being sincere.
Since we have the sacrifice core...
Yes, and
hopefully with no option.
All right, that's the important stuff. I'll contact you again.